My main thoughts are I'm very fortunate to just be part of this team because there are two competitors that I've never got a chance to compete with. I've always had to go against them. So that's a lot of fun. We're all friends. That being said, I was very lackluster on my performance, so it puts on that pressure to come in and actually take this seriously again and compete, because I did come in real leisurely and had a terrible round. I'm fortunate to be with my team now, and I'm fortunate enough to make it, but I cannot come in like that. I as much as we do have fun here, I do want to compete, and I need to, if they're going to be my teammates, then I need to take it as seriously as they're willing to put in that effort. I'm glad we're able to have that tournament over in Clear Lake, but because I have been in the mix for a while now, over a year, I'm glad I get to just compete with at a higher caliber with these people up in here in Houston. That being said, to touch on Dallas and Austin, they each have a different style of bartending, and it was fascinating being able to go pull up on them and go see how each style is represents the city itself. Like Dallas, in my opinion, they're the fastest ones. And then Austin, they have a certain swagger to them. They're like they like the style, they like the flair, and it's not even just the throwing bottles; it's the way they pour. Like Diana, whenever I saw her here, she did that double pour where it split off the rip. That was incredible. But my point is, they all have their own styles, and a large part of the community that I've been a part of here is being able to study them and kind of get a little bit from everybody else. First of all, being part of the super team is crazy. The fact that I even qualified is beyond me, but I'm fortunate to be in this scenario. That being said, I've never had a chance to work with Jose or work with Emilia. I've only competed against them. So this is a new exciting chapter for me, because I've been part of two different teams before, and a large part of it is being able to figure out how to work with other people, which I think that's so fascinating about this new structure for the tournament, is you have to now work with people you've never had to work before. And when it comes to the terrible round, yeah, that's all I can say is it was just bad. It was embarrassing, but I did push through, thank God. And now, like I said, I had the opportunity to work with them, but now I have to take it way more seriously, because I came in just goofing off, having fun, and that blatantly showed in my round. So now that they're relying on me and I'm actually part of the team, I have to show out the way they do. Today was a wake-up call. Like, yes, I'm glad. Like, yes, Henry, I'm glad you're having fun. I'm glad you're enjoying your time here. But this is still a competition. If you consider yourself the competitor that you think you are, then maybe act like it. I normally prepare. I was like, I'll just show up. No, and it showed. But wake-up call is a great way. I'm excited to represent Houston. As much as I wanted to represent Clear Lake, I need that to build a little more. I'm glad I can still compete at this caliber to be in the same room with all of these talented bartenders in Houston. That being said, Dallas has its own style, Austin has its own style, and I was fortunate enough to go and visit all of them and kind of get a glimpse and learn from all of them. You know, Dallas taught me a little bit, Austin taught me a little bit, and the best way I can describe it is Dallas is fast. Dallas has that speed, they have that efficiency, and they came over here and showed it whenever we had that the tournament at Velvet Oak. And Austin, they have a little more swagger to them. They have that style that still is efficient. It's not just showboating. It's efficient showmanship that they do over there. And so I respect all of the styles, but I have to come in here and go against them now after doing what I just did. So I really have to lock in, because I do have to defend. When it comes to the business side of it, specifically being able to shadow some of you, just kind of part of being the pull-up king is to show up to things they didn't ask you to show up. You just pulled up just to pull up, because you never know what you're going to learn. You never know who you're going to meet, and networking is the best part about it. Yes, obviously I've never won the tournament or any of the matches, but I've never lost, because I always leave knowing somebody new. I always leave learning a different skill. But after a while, before it became redundant, I got a chance to work with you behind the scenes with the camera work, over with Craft Clash, helping coordinate that. And there's a lot more to the production and the business side of it that a lot of us bartenders don't get to see, and it's almost taken for granted. And I'm excited to be able to be a part of it whenever I'm not competing, because it's a different skill that I don't have. So even if I never win at these things, I continue to learn every time I pull up to one of these things. I was always the guy from Clear Lake, and I wanted to be clear that I was representing that side of Houston because Houston is an enormous city. That being said, it was clear that there was still a disconnect from me representing Clear Lake and me pulling up to these competitions. That yes, I was representing them, but there was still not enough for what I feel that part of Houston deserves. So I took it upon myself after being able to shadow you for a few rounds that Clear Lake needs something like this. It needs to like revitalize its media for the bar industry, and if no one else is going to do it, I will gladly do it. And especially with this community that I've built, I know I have the help, I know I have the support for it, so why not? If no one else is doing it, why not me? When it comes to future goals, currently it's expanding the Clear Lake bar industry, as I mentioned earlier, with the media and letting it represent itself. When it comes to my personal goals, I would like not only let that flourish, but I'm honestly looking for a pickup spot for a more volume-based location. I love Davenport to death, but I want to get faster. I want to become more efficient. I want to be in those trenches that people like Jose have been, people like Rome and Emma and Diana and Gabe and all these magnificent people who have been in these trenches that I've never been in. I'm just fast, but not as fast as them. Why? They've been in those trenches. I want to experience that because, I mean, I can't do this forever. So might as well get as best as I can at it before I step into whatever the next spot is, like whatever the next thing that comes my way. Like I'm enjoying the ride, but the ride ends eventually. If there's one thing I gotta say is the wake-up call was exactly what I needed. There is no competitor more dangerous than a competitor that is pissed off at the last thing that they did.